first video in 2 weeks, but at the end I will explain a little bit into that, just a little for people. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about the new Lil Tecca album, Dopamine, and you might be wondering, like, this seems late. This album dropped, like I said, 2.5 weeks ago, I want to say, and it kind of went very quickly on the scene, went from a lot of people talking about it, kind of hyping it up, being excited. Lil Tecca is known for making pretty good summertime music. He always pops out around summer times every year, and he pumps out a good single here and there. Yeah, heck, even a good couple singles, and then the same thing that usually happens to his albums every single time they drop. That I always have the opinion of them, or at least the way I see Lil Tecca albums is it seems to happen every single drop, and I kind of forget about it, so I don't even realize it's happening. But I think, I kind of really thought about this whenever I was planning this video, kind of getting some notes together. I was like, dang, a lot of Lil Tecca album rollouts kind of happen the same way. Excuse me, I didn't mean to burp, but anyway. So let's go into the rollout for this project. He teased the snippet of, what was the song called? Dark Thoughts. Sorry if you hear my phone ringer, I'm pulling up the page on Spotify. Yeah, Dark Thoughts, which is a great song. I really love Dark Thoughts. He followed that up with Ooh Ooh. Again, really good. I love Dark Thoughts. Not Dark Thoughts. Ooh Ooh. Great 2 songs right there. So what you think is going to happen is that, hey, he just dropped 2 really good songs. That means this album that we're about to get, if the songs are like this, it's going to be great. However, something different happened. And, I mean, it kind of happens, like I said, with every single Lil Tecca project. And I'm going to, how do I word this? I'm going to compare it to Plan A, his last album, which I didn't realize this at the time of Plan A, so I don't really talk about it in the review for that album on this channel, but if you want to go see my opinion of it, I did upload it. I like it, it's a good album. I can't say it's bad. A little too long, yeah, but I mean, it's good. Got good songs, got good highs, but the lows are kind of just album fat. I can apply 90% of what I just said to Dopamine, except the production on Dopamine is a lot better, in my opinion. I really like the production on Dopamine, and it's kind of weird because not only does Plan A have great production, but he kind of, like I'm saying, he drops really good singles, sometimes his most popular songs, and then the albums just do not hold up to, they're kind of always disappointments, almost. This album was disappointing to me because, yeah, it's good and I liked it, and I listened to a couple of the songs here and there, Malibu's Most Wanted or X Factor. Hollywood's a good song too, or Half the Plot, another pretty good one. But he starts off the album with Dark Thoughts and Ooh Ooh. That's the intro and the second song. There's nothing wrong with dropping your, maybe the best songs on the album, but it's almost like he knows what he's doing. He makes these 2 really good songs, and he kind of doesn't really try on the rest of them. I doubt that that's what is going on. I mean, if you feel like you have hits on a song or on an album, drop them. By all means, drop them. But I feel like you should kind of make sure your album is of the same caliber, at least in the same range. You know what I'm saying? Because none of these songs are even as close. And I'm not saying that Dark Thoughts and Ooh Ooh are the greatest songs ever made, because they're not, obviously. They're not even they're not okay, Dark Thoughts might be a top 15 Lil Tecca song, which I feel like saying that, because he's obviously got a lot of music out there. But you would expect that, this album would have a lot of big-time Lil Tecca, favorites, hits on it, a lot of good songs, and it kind of just doesn't. I mean, there are good ones. There are highs. Like I said, X Factor, Malibu's Most Wanted, Irish Goodbye is another one. These are pretty decent highs, but then the rest of this project is just fat. I can live without these songs. If I went back and never heard them, it wouldn't change my life at all. My enjoyment or disenjoyment wouldn't be down or up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't really affect how much I like the project if you swap these out with like 15 other Lil Tecca songs. They all kind of sound the same, which isn't necessarily bad. Lil Tecca's never really switched up his sound. It just kind of gets a little more mature. I like this album's a little more grittier, production sound wise. It's a little more darker. But whenever you put that on a song with King Carson, it kind of just sounds like he's being a clone. But if you compare that to Plan A, the singles were for Plan A were 500 Pounds. No, it wasn't. No, I'm an idiot. No, it wasn't. It was Down With Me, number 2, which, now that I'm looking, number 2's not on his singles. No, was number 2 not a single? I could have swore it was. Anyway, number 2, I feel like number 2 was a single. Am I an idiot? Maybe I am. But anyway, you look at Down With Me, right? And number 2 was also one. I don't know where it's at, but I remember vividly listening to number 2 before the album dropped. These are, again, best songs on the album. And then Vogue is a close third. The rest of the album is just not that good. Or not as good. They're still good, but it's just not the same. Tech, you got Heaven on Earth, 500 Pounds. 500 Pounds is one of his best songs, like, and most successful out of the entire project. He throws Heaven on Earth on the second song on the album. 500 Pounds is also on there, but it's a little more understandable putting 500 Pounds on there because, like I said, one of his biggest songs is 500 Pounds. But it still just brings up the question, like, does he kind of do that on purpose? Does he put this much album fat just bolstered by more pop, like, bigger songs to get you hooked in? That way you actually go through listening to his albums and he just doesn't really try on the rest of it. Maybe he tries. I'm not going to say he doesn't try because, I mean, the songs are still good. I'm not going to sit here and act like they're bad. Are they amazing? Are they really high? No. So overall, I want to give this project like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. It really just depends on the mood I'm in. Right now, I'm feeling a 7, but I'm feeling a 6. The more I look at the track list and the more I think about it, I'm going to say it's a 6. Yeah, that sounds right. A 6 out of 10. This is definitely the longest I've went without doing a video in a while, and I'm so super sorry about that, dude. I don't know. Life is just such an insane thing, bro. Life is just so annoying. It's depressing. Got so much going on. I like money so much. I'm working a lot. It's just crazy. I'm trying to get back into daily, though. The Made in Paris video should drop tomorrow. But yeah, got, a lot going on. But trying to get back and listen to music, trying to get back into catching up. I've got a lot of album reviews lined up. Everything should be good from here. If you like the video, subscribe. Join the Patreon, buy merch. Got a new album dropping soon. So the song will be on Thursday. Leading single Thursday. Hope to see y'all there.